Tata Business Excellence Model and how a company will achieve its excellence. Basically, the Tata Business Excellence Model or metrics has been designed, conceived to deliver strategic direction and drive business improvement as the Tata Group. What are the basic decisions or strategic directions he has implemented, or we can say they are implemented in their business and group? It aimed at enabling Tata Group companies capture the vast global business processes and practices. The business excellence assessment model invests Tata Group companies with the inherent dynamics to evolve and keep pace with the ever-changing business performance parameter. Here we will see that what the strategies Tata Group has made for capturing more market or more customer in the market through its products or business processes uses, and what kind of model investing in Tata Group companies with inherent dynamics which he has involved. Okay, and how he meet towards the pace and ever-changing business performance, how he meet towards these parameters. The main objective of Tata Business Excellence Model assurance or assessment methodology is to enhance value for all stakeholders and contribute to marketplace success. Now, as the objective of Tata Business Excellence Model is to assessment, we can say to enhance the value of all stakeholder and contribute to the marketplace success, maximize enterprise wide effectiveness and capabilities, and deliver organizational and personal learning. So these are some supportive roles of TBEM. In addition, TBEM plays three important supportive roles in strengthening the competitiveness of Tata companies. What are these? These are improve business excellence practices, capabilities, and results. It means the basic thing which Tata model doing is to uh, enhance the practical practices, capacities, and the result. Next is he is facilitates communication with a common language of excellence and sharing of best practices among Tata companies. Here, a particular company or Tata company are facilitating towards the communication with other common languages of excellence. It means the Tata company works for the excellence through the different languages. He sold here his product, their product in the market, and they will communicate each and every language so that the product will be international. We can say a domestic product, how convert towards the international product, or how can we capture more and more market share in the market. Next is it serves as the working tool for understanding and managing performances, for providing planning guidance, or for identifying learning opportunities. Yeah, it is a working tool here to understand and manage performance. Here we work for the managing performance, for providing planning guidance, and for identifying learning opportunities. These are some core values and concepts of Tata Group that what kind of values he is using to establish his product or to establish his market value in the overall market. So, these are some core values. Number one is leadership. Leadership refers to the how can you command, you can say, how can you command, you can deal with your workers, with your employees, or how many organizations, or we can say outlet available in the market. You have to consider each and everyone, and you have to work as a leader in the market, or try to take overall market share or maximum market share through the leadership. You have to become a leader in the market, you have to become a leader in selling your product in the market. Next one is strategic planning. Yes, as we know that every organization is doing a planning process or a strategic planning process, because through the planning process we can make some strategies, and the strategies has made by the top management, as we know, and all the decisions are taken through the top management. So the strategies will be very powerful to capture the overall market share. That's why the TBEM works for strategic planning. Next one is customer focus. How can you focus in your customer, and what kind of customer you are approaching, and what kind of market share you are taking, and how to achieve best to best market share as the customer demand, or as the fulfillment of your goal. You have to go for the focusing on overall customers in the market, so that you can convert more and more customers for purchasing your product. Next one is measurement, analysis, and knowledge management. Here we go for the measurement, we analyze the products, or we are sharing the knowledge management. So, basically, as we already I have told you that the measurement, work measurement of particular worker in working in the organization, and value engineering, value analysis, and what kind of knowledge they are sharing to each other. So there will be an open place for sharing the innovation ideas between each and everyone. So it would be very easy for top management to understand what kind of changes and what kind of improvement we add in your product, in our product. Next one is the workforce focus. Yes, workforce means the overall employees, or we can say human resource is working in your organization. You have to focus on that, how safely and how you we can say create a good healthy environment or working environment for them, so that they can achieve their targets, and they can achieve their efficiency, or we can say they can achieve their performance, their good performance in your particular production unit, or each and every department in your organization. As we know that in each and every place in your organization there will be several workforces working, and the salary incentives and allowances has given by the company, so you have to maintain these kind of the welfares for the employees. Next is the operational focus. Yes, operational focus is also a very, we can say, a important kind of thing which we can do this. Right. So, what are the operational focus? We have to justify, we can to identify if your operational efficiency is good or not, because it is very mandatory. If the operational efficiency is low, it can create a problem in your organization. So you have to focus on these kind of operations also, which is going with the production. That's why the subject is called production and operation. Here we are concerning in both the things, either it is operations or either it is production. Now, the next thing is what is business result? The result, what kind of outcome you have achieved. Okay, what types of business you are going to achieve in the market. So it is very mandated things that what kind of result is come and what kind of output is achieved. So business result is also a very big concern, that the overall revenue generated by the company and how you are raising the GDP of your particular economy. So you have to maintain a proper business in the market. So that is called core values and concepts of TBEM. Next one, which we are going to read, is a supply chain management. It's a very important term, or we can say a topic of this particular subject. We have to consider about it. As we know that after the production of your products, the product has procured in the particular space for delivery. So, supply chain is an external integration of logistics system of the firm with the logistics system uh, of its customer, vendor, and all third parties logistics service providers, with the objective to ensuring superior value of all stakeholder. Supply chain basically means meaning it is a term which is made by three different terms. Number one is supply, second one is chain, and then management. Means the things which is going to deliver is supply, or plus chain is equal to how you connect with another supplier or another process is make a chain between all the suppliers. Next is management, and how you add the management functions with these kind of chain. Okay, so this is called supply chain management. Supply chain is working in under the we can say the organization and outer the organization. So basically here we are focusing on the external integration, how we integrate with the suppliers, or how can we deal with the suppliers or vendors in the market, so that our product will be easily available to the customers. Here you can see that there is a logistic system of its customers, vendors, and all third parties. There are a number of third parties are involved in the supply chain management, so that we can serve the best service, and we can say we can supply the product as fast as possible without any barriers or hazards. Next is, according to Ganeshan and Harrison, he said that a supply chain is a network of facilities and distribution option that performs the functions of procurement of material, transformation of these materials into intermediate and finished good, and the distribution of these finished good products to the customer. So supply chain is kind of network, is a web where the different distribution and facilities are engaged, or they are performing the functions of procurement of material and transformation. It means from the production process, we can say arrangement of raw material towards the finished good, the supply chain works. And after the completion of production, the supply chain also working. So it reaches towards the finished good, and the distribution channels are working towards these finished goods reach towards the retailers or market, so that that will available for customer as soon as possible. So this is called a supply chain management. There are number of distributors are available in the market. You have to reach to that kind of suppliers, or you have to negotiate the suppliers by the supplier power, or you have to negotiate with the suppliers what kind of supplier team you have hired for supply the material, or how you are distributing your material in the market. So this is a supply chain structure. You can see in this particular diagram that how the raw material has transferred towards the factory, and now we reach towards the department, then research and development, then retailers, then in the finished good transferred towards the overall market. You can see this is a supplier, this is a factory where the production process is going on. Then it will comes towards the here the different departments, you can say, or warehouses. Then it will go for the researchers researching, and then it will reach towards the retailers, then the customer, and after that the overall thing is gone towards the your home, or after that it will goes to the another supplier. So this is a kind of chain which has to follow by any of company in the market or any of the organization. Each and every organization follow the supply chain structure. Next one is, what are the basic objectives of supply chain management? Basically, there are these kind of some objectives we have to follow. Number one, supply chain increase the value addition at each link of business cycle. Here, you can increase the value addition of your business cycle. The value addition here is the difference between the price and the utility of the customer, and the efforts and cost in fulfilling the customer's need and expectations. Now you are working just because each and everything is concerning for the customer satisfaction. So you have to stable your price and also stable your utility as per the customer demand and customer efforts and cost. Next is, the major objective is to reduce the cost of each link. Here, our major objective is how will we reduce our cost. Okay, so that the production cost can be reduced to the minimum. We have to working for minimize the cost, so we have to work for effective supply chain management also. If the supplier take high price, so the production, we can say, we have to add some amount in the product for the supplier, or supply cost is high, so the production cost will be also high. Okay, next is, we have to minimize that supply chain management. Next is to increase the profitability of each link, and thus the whole business is another main objective of SCM. We have to increase the profitability of each link. If we are increasing the profitability, we have to think about the profitability. So the supply chain will be in a lesser price, so that we can achieve our targets, or we can supply the particular product in a low cost. And when the cost is low, supply chain cost is low, so we can sell the product in a low cost. And when the overall product cost is low, we can capture more and more market for future. Okay, so the promptness and flow of the material and information between different links of supply chain is the main issue and the objective of supply chain. The flow of material and information between these links of supply chain is the main issue and objective of supply chain. Next one is the essential features of supply chain management. So these are some features on which we have to consider. Number one is superior customer value. The first thing we have to understand is customer. Okay, so we have to add the values to the customer. Next one is, it is a single entity. We have to try for a single entity work. Okay, there are number of retailers in the market, but we have to identify on which you are going to supply your product. Next is inventory perspective. Yes, for inventory perspective, supply chain management is also very necessary. So these are some essential features of supply chain management. Next is the strategic orientation. How you are oriented towards the strategic planning for supply or strategic planning for maintaining the supply chain management. Next one is what is outsourcing and insourcing. If the outsourcing and insourcing is effective, so you have to maintain between the external and internal environment. Okay. Next one is what is supply chain relationship, because there are a number of personnel involved in supply chain as well as in the distribution of your product. So there would be a flexible relationship between them so that they can easily work, and the we can say the chances of conflicts and grievances will be reduced. Next is flexible approach. Yes, as we know that supply chain should be in a flexible manner as the manufacturing process is. If we need any kind of change at any point, so we can do is in a better manner. Okay, it is necessary that each and every particular point of that particular process supply chain we can change at any time if the change is required. Next is what is the contribution of supply chain management. Basically, superior customer value and competitive edge, interfunctional integration and coordination in supply chain management, and inter-firm integration and coordination in supply chain management. These are some contribution of supply chain. We have to maintain a superior value of the customer and competitive advantages, the interfunctional integration and coordination, and inter-firm integration and coordination. Okay, so these are the coordination or contributions. So these are some single sources versus multiple sources. Number one, what is trust and multi-sourcing? Customer lack trust in any one supplier. So he believes that to supply would be unable to fulfill one dimension of time, quality, and quantity. He is suspicious of intentions of the supplier. So he is doubtful about the supplier's capability. When person is a retailer and another is a supplier, so the retailer is a customer. We can say here he plays the role of customer. A customer can be, we can say the trust of that particular customer can be, we can say change or we can say vary time to time. He says, we can say he is thinking that a particular supplier uh, cannot supply every point of view, everything like time, quantity, and quality at a single time. He has some doubts, or we can say some kind of uh, trust issues with the suppliers. Next is what is a single source. Full trust in the supplier, therefore, the customer conserve his efforts by dealing with one company. Single source means there is only a single supplier and a single uh, customer, or a single retailer who is only two persons are dealing here, so that is called a single source. Next is multi-sourcing. Multi-sourcing said that intentionally kept low in order to engage competition in order to safeguard against supply uncertainties, having several alternative suppliers. What is multi-sourcing? Multi-sourcing may not be realized unless several firms order the same items. In the latter case, the supplier will wait for bunching of orders for several customers, thus delaying the deliveries in some cases. Here, there is no fixed supplier and no fixed any retailer, so this process is called multi-sourcing process. The variability in this case, the multi-sourcing, increase overall variability in quality, for buying companies. So if you are achieving a number of suppliers and you have purchased a product from different supplier, the quantity and the quality are vary. Okay, it can be quality, delivery, and many other interaction with the suppliers. Now the supplier will reach towards your shop and he says, "My product is much better than the other product." Then and you have purchased it. So now you will compare it with other products. So it can vary. The quantity can vary, the quality can vary, and the overall features can vary, and he has taken a lot of time for delivery. So that depends that multi-sourcing is not effective as the single sourcing. Okay. If we are talking about single source variability, the variability is due to one single supplier, it could be hence low. So here the chances of variability is very low. More important is it may be easy to control as only one supplier is involved, because here is only a single supplier and a single receiver, so the chances of variability is very low. Now, control over the suppliers, multi-sourcing, difficult to control the output or any performance. Example, variability in quality, and there are many players. Here, a number of players are working, so the control over the supplier is very easy. But in a single source, it is easier to control. In multi-sourcing, you cannot control the supplier because there are a number of players in the market, and the variability of the quality will be high. But in single source, variability is low and easy to control the suppliers. Now, the next topic is vendor relation or vendor management.